we're going to be now moving into the gate 14. We'll still have the remnants and the energy of the full moon with us. Gate 14, power skills. But this is also going to be time when we're going to be in this really beautiful energy and connection to the Leonid meteor shower. This is actually a time in history where there is recorded a lot more extraterrestrial contact with different beings, like higher dimensional beings, maybe like tall white types of beings. Really kind of recognizing that when there is a lot of heightened energy coming from these kind of movements or light emanations in the sky. So we are stars, the core star that you are. When there are things like meteor showers and things like this, it's amplifying the energies of where we are connecting to neutrinos that are showering into our consciousness. Our consciousness has the ability to open. It also creates a heightened energy within what I would say the radionic fields of the earth in order for a lot of higher dimensional beings to have more ability for contact. So this I think is really amazing. So if we're still working with that gate 23, the assimilation within there, that ability for opening our heart to have the ability to basically begin to listen from the heart so that we can maybe bring in new language, new thoughts, and new words in a new way. This might be a really powerful thing for us to connect into and how to work with this for this time of potential expanded dreams, connection to your guardians, the councils. We are all having a lot more direct, individual telepathic connection and direct contact with these beings. We don't need channels. We don't need anyone outside of us to share these messages with us. Create your own connection to your higher self team, your guardian team, the councils in alignment to the Christ consciousness and to the Aquiline sun. At this time when it's happening, the sun is going to be in opposition to Uranus. So that's that algol energy. So just recognizing we're already working with this, it's constantly in there. The sun is going to actually be a really powerful luminary in the sky to help us begin to work through this. What can we do with this? So this is also going to be a connection to the Alpha Centaurian family lineage lines. I'll talk about them with the next slide over here. The Alpha Centaurians are directly connected to Earth. They have a lot of direct contact. They actually physically visit the Earth a lot. They are one of our closest cousins to the Earth. And when we connect to them, they're going to help us recognize that there is a lot more going on technologically on this planet than we might not even know about. Part of this is a lot of the inner Earth civilizations, the inner Earth realms, the inner Earth different tunnels, stargates, structures, so on and so forth. They are a much higher advanced civilization within the Centaurus constellation. They do work with a lot of the guardian councils, and their primary thing is about really many times assisting Earth in hopefully us giving us the tools for how do we evolve out of the types of structures that we're bound to on the Earth. They have new healing technologies, new ways in which we work more through what would be like a clan or a tribe type of system versus countries or leader type of systems. So what they really do is they have councils or collectives that represent the group. So it's kind of like bringing it localized back into your town or your city where you live. There's a recognition that when the power is given too far away, that power will eventually become misused because it's too far removed from the sources of which it is meant to be in control of. And that really we want to bring things more localized into such a way that individuals have the right to their sovereignty, their individuality, the way that they create. And the Alpha Centaurians really function this way. But there is a base law of ethics that runs through there that is very similar to the higher councils, like the Andromedan councils and the Lyran councils and the Christ consciousness Syrian councils. So to know that there is kind of a base universal law of ethics, and then upon that law of ethics, individuality, creativity, uniqueness can be built upon it. So the Alpha Centaurians are really very interestingly connected to the Earth in many ways, but they have also gone through a lot of deception and lies by a lot of the other different races upon the planet, specifically a lot of the reptilian Draco lineage lines and such that have deceived them quite a few times to get into some of the inner Earth stations. Now, as we get to look at this vibration, we want to recognize there is the cousins, if you will, within the Beta Centauri. And the Beta Centaurians have a little bit of a different energy that they hold, because the Beta Centaurians really hold this vibration in of a lot of the unhealed pain, shame, dark betrayal, the spiritual agony, the deep states of guilt from all the different times. Think about it from the male serpent and the female serpent lines, where we did fall to the temptations, to the misuse, to all of these different things. So if you have a lot of Beta Centaurian energy within your chart, or Beta Centaurian connection, there is sometimes a lot of heaviness within life, or a lot of uh difficulty getting rid of sometimes this feelings of heaviness, of pain, shame, guilt, of having to kind of work with things, feeling responsible, feeling so much of other people's energy so much. Well, both the Alpha Centaurians and the Beta Centaurians they're Lyran descendants. So basically, on a genetic lineage line, there's Lyran descendants, specifically also really connected to Pleiadian Lyran as well. And as we look at this, what we're looking at as an energy of how do we start to work with some of the technologies that are coming from our star seeds that are coming to the planet, the free energy in the air, the crystalline energy that is in the planet, the abilities to work with clean sources of energy. And this has nothing to do with the negative alien agenda that is being proposed to us right now by um, climate change and all of these different things. We need to delete and dissolve that out of our consciousness. That is something that is being puppeted and played on us, because the things that are being proposed by those beings are not still free energy sources. What we're looking to connect to is look to the little star seeds that are coming on the planet right now that are bringing back a lot of the technologies. They're inventing it. I think they're going to start inventing it in droves. They were able to shut down beings like Nikola Tesla and many, many other beings that have already created free energy sources for the planet. Literally, there is more free energy just in the space around our body that could literally like power an entire city than there is in any of these um, solar power things, or anything that is still taking energy through devices of those sorts. We want to recognize that, I think, and this is just a personal thought, that there's so many star seeds that are going to be incarnating onto the planet, just popping this wisdom out of their minds and just inventing it, that there's going to be too much. There's going to be too much of a flooding of it for the negative alien agendas to be able to shut it down anymore. And so that might be a neat thing to kind of hang on to, because the power skills is really amazing. It's about energy, making money, making resources, creating in the physical reality by doing what we love. And that this love of what we do should be done for the greater good and for the prosperity of all. That when we respond to these energies within ourselves through these types of vibrations, that when we do the things we love and think of how it will benefit the many, we will actually see great, great, great bounty coming back to the earth plane, and to the experience. The lack, the limits, the limitation, and all of the negative alien agenda of this Armageddon timeline will dissolve and disappear.